Welcome everyone to our kickoff 2018 webinar series demoing the new PSC Toolkit. We are really excited this morning to share with you this sneak peek of our toolkit that we have been hard at work revamping. So really excited to dive in. Joining us today will be Toby Russell. He is the former CEO of Natural Capitalism Solutions. He is also currently a sustainability consultant with the Town of Lyons and a sustainability business advisor with Boulder County, and has been a partner with us at the PSC over the last 5 years. So it's been a pleasure to partner with him in revamping this toolkit. I, of course, am Carta Elise Hassler. For those of you that are members, you know me as your sustainability implementation manager. I'm really here to serve our membership. And as you can see, quite a variety of members of the Pet Sustainability Coalition. We are here to really support accelerating your pet business through environmental and social impact strategies. We really take a very holistic, integrated approach to doing that. And we're really excited to showcase for you today our new toolkit and a new set of resources for members, and really anyone can access this toolkit. So just a little bit of context. We always like to offer up that this is how we work with our member companies. We really believe in measuring what matters, and you can't manage what you don't measure. So all of our members, we invite to take the quick impact assessment brought to us by B-Lab, one of our partners. B-Lab is the nonprofit that certifies B corporations. The B stands for benefit. If you're not familiar with this growing global movement, it's definitely worth checking out. It is a movement of business as a force for good, and it is a third-party, verifiable way of companies being able to be transparent about their social and environmental impact and really genuinely committed to improvements and being able to track that along the way. So we always start out with that quick impact assessment with our member companies. We invite you to take action on some area of performance. And we really always strive to connect this back to business value for you. What are your big business goals for 2018 and beyond? And how can social and environmental impact strategies really support those business goals? Now, the toolkit today that we're going to show you is going to have a lot of options for actions that you can take. So we're excited that can really serve as a resource to you, our member companies, as well as anyone in the general public and other businesses who want to learn more about how to really improve social and environmental impact. And finally, as a part of our accelerator, we really believe in getting the story out there and sharing the success. We really believe that this is how we, as a community that measures what matters, can help drive industry-wide innovation. And we really want to support your brands in getting the recognition you deserve for those commitments. So a little bit about what we're going to get into today. I'm just in a moment here going to be passing it over to Toby Russell, who will guide us through an overview, a quick tour of the toolkit. We'll dive into just a few featured tools, our resource center, and then we'll have a few minutes at the very end for questions and answers. So without further ado, I am going to turn over the presentation powers to Toby Russell. And Toby, are you on with us this morning?
I most certainly am, Carta Elise.
Great, thank you.
Hi there, happy Tuesday to everyone. Thank you, Carta Elise, for the wonderful introduction. As she said, we are incredibly excited to be able to show you this sneak peek of the PSC revised and revamped toolkit. I was at the table when Pet Sustainability Coalition was formed right at the beginning, and I've been bringing up kids and working on other projects since then, while always trying to stay a part of the PSC family. When Caitlin Bolton, the director of PSC, called me and asked if I would help oversee this revamping of the toolkit, I gave the answer a resounding yes. Nothing was more exciting to me than creating some tools that we had in the past, looking at all the new resources and tools that have been developed with members and partners over the last 5 years, and pulling them all into a much more cohesive, exciting, and slick resource for members to use. So I was very excited to get back on board. More importantly, I was incredibly excited to partner with Sol Graphics, the web developers who really did the heavy lifting behind the scenes on this. They're a web development company out of Crestone and have been a joy to work with all the way through the process. I am going to quickly walk through the toolkit, show you how to get there, what it looks like, the kind of resources and tools that are there. I'll delve into a few resources, and then I think we'll open it up to questions at the end that anyone might have. So as Carter Elise said, please feel free to write any of your questions in the question box in the little panel on your GoToWebinar. So first and foremostly, the toolkit can be found on the Pet Sustainability Coalition website. It is under the Tools section. Once you go in there, you will see a couple of options. The first option is the Accelerator program that Carter Lee spoke to. That is a program where you walk through the B-Labs Quick Impact Assessment. Carter Elise and Caitlin will support you as you do that, work with you with your results. It's really a handheld program that helps you find direction in your sustainability program. It's something that I would recommend to every member of the Pet Sustainability Coalition to take part in if you have not already. The second piece in the Tools tab here is the toolkit itself. There will also be featured tools, and at the bottom of most of the pages, there's contact information. We don't want this toolkit to be one way. We want as much feedback, as much questions, as much suggestions of additional tools and resources that you found being brought to us at all times. So I'm going to dive into the toolkit now. The toolkit essentially is navigated through various performance areas. So you can see in the top navigation here, there are various performance areas. That's mirrored on the home page here. We have 6 performance areas that you can delve into, all of which are structured in exactly the same way. I'll get into that in a moment. The first of those is what we're calling integrated strategy. That really looks at how you design a sustainability program that is appropriate for your business. So how do you look at your business values, needs, and opportunities and create a sustainability program that works for you? The second of the performance areas and all the other performance areas all mirror B-Lab's Quick Impact Assessment categories as well. So once you go through that and you're given recommendations, these areas are exactly the same names and will have the tools that will help you improve on each of those. Good governance really looks at how to have good leadership in sustainability, as well as how to embed sustainability within the DNA of your organization. Culture and engagement. Without engaged employees, a sustainability program will only succeed minimally. Involving your employees, educating your employees, getting ideas from your employees are incredibly important. So in this section, you'll find a whole lot of tools that you can use to do that with. The fourth section in our performance areas is building efficiency. There are so many opportunities to reduce carbon, as well as saving money on energy, water conservation, waste reduction. And so here we have a bunch of resources and tools around building efficiency. Looking at supply chain as the fifth of the performance areas has more tools in it. I'm going to actually delve into that to show you what one of these sections look like. And finally, once you've gone through and made active progress in sustainability in each of these areas, it's really important that you communicate it in a way that's effective with stakeholders, that map to your brand, that doesn't be deemed as greenwashing. So we do have a section on brand here as well. So I'm going to delve into supply chain here, because each of these performance area sections follow exactly the same structure. So I want to take you through what that looks like, and then I will delve into some of the actual tools themselves. So this section, supply chain, has an overview. Every section has an overview. And then for those who want to learn more about why supply chain is important to address sustainability within, there's a 101 that you can walk through that really talks about the importance of that. More importantly, in every section, there are tools that you can go into and access that, as I said, have been developed in partnership with businesses that have gone through the process with us, and also some with our partners at Natural Capitalism Solutions, and Sterling Consultants and such like. So here in supply chain, you will see there's a code of conduct that you can download, and it will actually help you go through and create a code of conduct. There's a purchasing policy guide that's all created that you can download, edit, and customize yourself. All of these are things that normal organizations would spend a lot of resources developing or bring in a consulting entity to do. We're trying to do a lot of that heavy lifting for you so that you don't have to. We do have supplier survey resources for those of you who are brands, retailers, or whether you're on the manufacturing side. You can either create a survey with our support, or you can learn how to answer them from us. There are additional resources that we have in each of the sections, in addition to the custom tools that we have created. In every section here, the supply chain, you can see case studies from some of our member organizations that have worked on these areas. We have webinars that we have given on these areas previously, as well as additional third-party resources. As I said, every section performance area follows the same structure. So for brand, you have a 101, you have the tools that you can access here, and you also have case studies, webinars, and external resources. So that's kind of the structure of what that looks like in terms of going into these performance areas. You really can learn a lot more about these topics and implement a lot of things. I want to pull down one level further and highlight a couple of tools so you can see how you might interact with those resources that we have developed for you. For example, one of the tools in integrated strategy that we believe is really important for an organization that is beginning its sustainability journey is that no sustainability story is the same for two businesses. Every organization has its own priorities, it has its own audiences, the people that work there have different attitudes towards things. So it's really important to step back and understand what sustainability means to your organization. We have worked at PSC with several organizations to go through the process of creating a customized sustainability lens. And we felt it'd be really interesting to bring out all of the resources and tools that we built for people to use themselves. So for example, to create that sustainability lens, there are week-by-week steps that you can take. And all of those steps include resources that we've created already. So firstly, it's important when creating a customized sustainability lens to identify team members. Here, there's an employee survey that you can download and customize for your organization. You can build it online. We can help support members with this. So there are a huge amount of resources here. This is all created, all free, all for your access. We can help you process those results. The second week of this particular resource, it asks to schedule a meeting with the folks involved in this process and send out the agenda, which you can download. The third step is to prepare the presentation that you'll be given. So we even go down to the level of actually creating a presentation that you can customize with your logo. It has all the talking points that you need to do. It has all the resources that you need to do for the activities. We really want to make the process of all of this as easy as possible. And then the following week, you facilitate the exercise, and the last step there is how to move forwards. So that's like an example of one of the tools that is under the integrated strategy. I'm going to pull out another tool that's in the business efficiency area. This builds on a self-assessment that we have that you can go through in half an hour, walk through your building and assess what opportunities are there. It will give you a list of what those are. And then we have a 35-page guide that really walks you through the best practices in lighting. It gives you tips and tricks of how to implement the changes, as well as resources that you can go to actually implement this stuff. It looks at heating and cooling. It looks at office equipment, water, waste reduction. This is a huge resource that was developed for years by Natural Capitalism Solutions that we partnered with to customize for the Pet Sustainability Coalition. So the depth of some of these resources are absolutely massive. Moving back to the homepage, the performance areas are one way in which you might want to go through your sustainability program and build your program from. We also have, for those who know what they're looking for, a resource center that allows you to actually see all of our resources and sort through them if you know what you're looking for. So here is our resource center currently. You can see all of the PSC resources, some case studies, as well as a lot of third-party videos, books, articles on the various topics. This is a huge breadth of information. Sustainability is such a huge topic. We are going to constantly be curating and updating this resource center with the best information that you can access. And if you're looking for something in particular, you can look through it by different areas. So for example, if I'm interested in books, I can just sort by books and I can see what books are available or recommended here. Moreover, if I want to look at an area, I can sort by that, and it will give me all the resources that are available, say, on the business case for sustainability. So it has Google's CEO talking about energy security. You can go into and look at Ray Anderson's TED Talk here. That resource will be available straight off the bat. There are resources like the Sustainability Pays Report, which is a huge report that was created by Natural Capitalism that looks at all of the business cases for sustainability. You can enter your information and download that. Pulling that open, you can see that this is Goldman Sachs Economy Intelligence Unit. You've got Deloitte, all of these studies that really create a solid case for sustainability are available at your fingertips. This resource center is huge, and it's only going to get bigger. We also want to make sure that we get your input and your resources submitted to us so that we can include them here. We are not a top-down focused organization. We really believe that our industry will grow when we share with each other. So anything that you've developed or an article that you read that's exciting, we'd love to include it in our resource center or build it into the performance areas in our toolkit. So without further ado there, I could delve into so many other areas within here, but I do want to pause and take a moment and make sure that we answer any questions from the audience that you might have about this resource. Carta, at least, have we received any questions yet?
So no questions coming in through the question box. If you would like, you can raise your hand. Sometimes the mute function is a little tricky, especially if you're calling in on the phone. But if you have any questions, so I've got a hand raised here. I'm going to unmute you, Mark, and please feel free to introduce yourself briefly.
Hello, here's Marc Lepéchon from the company Takigawa, and we are packaging supplier to the pet food industry in Europe with some customers in Asia, Europe, and the US. And I wanted to get a better understanding or example with your toolkit if there is one part dedicated to packaging or how we could add some information on those aspects.
Absolutely. So I can answer in that the area in which you will find packaging within our purchasing and supply chain tools. We definitely look at packaging within there. Additionally, we have worked with a few companies. So for example, there are some case studies. There's a case study that looks at some of our partners who work to create more sustainable packaging within their business. So that's a great resource that can be downloaded. But we're always looking for more tools, more resources, partners that we can work with as our members have needs that are deeper than can be provided in an online toolkit.
Great, thank you. Excellent question, and thank you, Toby. Another question here, can I get support if I start using a tool and don't know how to proceed?
Carta, I will let you answer that.
The question is, absolutely yes, support is available. You know, this toolkit really serves as a starting point, an entry point for so many. And we also, as the PSC, are available to members, certainly, to, you know, answer quick questions, anywhere from answering quick questions all the way through, you know, fully project managing a process, a project, some kind of implementation strategy around sustainability and social impact. So, you know, we really want to offer that sort of customized experience, whether you just need a quick tool, and if you have a quick question for us and you're not a member, please also reach out. And if you want even greater support for any of these tools, all the way up through, you know, project management of some of these actions that you can take, that's what we are here for, and that's where membership is a really great option. Hopefully that answers that question. Another really great question has come in here from Heather Paulson. Is the toolkit free to everyone, or do you have to be a PSC member? And the answer is yes, it is free to everyone. absolutely. As a nonprofit, and I know that this is why, in large part, the PSC was founded as a nonprofit. We really believe in, education at the root, at the core of driving innovation. So we really want to make as accessible as possible the ability for anyone in any company to learn more and have some tools they can actually run with, some resources they can run with, regardless of whether or not you're a member. That's just something that's core to our values at the PSC. Let's see. Another question here. Actually, it looks like, thank you, KJ McCory. It appears that the purchasing policy link and vendor letter is missing. So we are still in the process of fully fleshing out this toolkit. So this is really your sneak peek. We're officially launching in early May. And we do actually ask you every time you'd like to download a resource for our own tracking so that we actually have a sense of how much uptake there is. We really want to know when people are downloading different resources. So there's actually just going to be a request that will pop up to enter your email real quick so that we have a sense for our tracking. So that purchasing policy and vendor letter, those are options that you'll have the option to reach out to us for, and some of our other resources, you'll be asked to just give us your email really quick. Looks like another comment here. Nice job, much appreciated. Thank you. Are there any other questions at this time? I'm looking to see if anyone else has raised their hand. Right. And with just a few minutes left here, I am going to take back the presentation. Toby, thank you so much for guiding us through, and walk us through wrapping things up here. So once again, thank you all so very much for joining us today. For more information and resources, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And certainly our website itself is full of great resources. The toolkit, is available right now, and there are some pieces that we are still in the process of fully building out. But we also really welcome, your feedback. If you have some time to go in there and take a look. In terms of next steps, if you're interested in working with us at the PSC, or if you are already a member and it's been a while since you have reviewed your quick impact assessment or updated your quick impact assessment, please dive in, measure what matters, and you're going to be all the more prepared to really take advantage of this incredible resource that the toolkit is. And we really are here to serve, getting the word out about your brand and driving innovation in the industry. We are also in the process of really further developing a program that's going to further elevate your brand recognition. That's something that's in the works for 2019, so stay tuned there. And we have a few more webinars scheduled for this coming year. And I'm actually really interested in which particular areas are of the greatest interest to you. So just in this last minute, if you would be willing to pop into the question box or the chat, if you have access to that, which of these areas really speaks to you, I would love to hear that. Let's see, and it looks like there's one other question that's come in. Let's see if I can answer this really quickly. So anything on the scope to include social side of sustainability, such as volunteer programs and philanthropy? Thank you for that excellent question, KJ McCory. Yes, so this PSC really takes the holistic, integrated view of sustainability that absolutely includes social impacts. And we are actually in the process of working with some of our member companies on philanthropy projects right now. It's definitely a very important part of the B impact assessment and the B Corp model that we are partnered with. So it is definitely an area that we are often working with our member companies around. And That falls under anything from culture and engagement when, companies, pay their employees to take volunteer days, as well as corporate social responsibility when it comes to philanthropy. So that is an area that we're continuing to develop and flesh out. It's an area that we already actively work with our members on. And it's something that, this toolkit is going to continue to grow and be curated. So stay tuned for more there as well. All right. All right, and thanks for chiming in on all those areas that are of interest to you. Thank you so much again, Toby. It's been such a pleasure to work with you in updating our toolkit and really making it so much more accessible and user-friendly. I'm very much looking forward to being able to offer this to our members, as well as really anyone out there interested in the business case and resources for really accelerating social and environmental impact strategies. So without further ado, if there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you all so much for being here today. Much appreciated. And please don't hesitate to reach out and stay engaged with us. We'll look forward to connecting with you all again soon.